Hello, this is Anthony Mack.
And Susan Mack. So here we are in Kirtland, Ohio. I think this was Aunt June's house, actually, that we're at right here, but it could be Aunt Martha's house. I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, I don't remember a lot of these people.
This is just a temporary audio track until we have a chance to get your mother and father to talk.
So that's Rich back there in the striped shirt, swinging around and around. And there's Deanna. I remember Aunt June had a basement beauty parlor sort of set up. I don't know if she used to do people's hair or whatever, but I remember playing down there a lot.
Somebody was doing hair. These hairdos.
Yeah, look at all those hairdos.
Wow.
Look at the Bon Fu hairdo.
Yeah, the Bon Fu hairdo, yes.
And I don't know
What's it really called?
Bouffant.
Bouffant, all right.
I don't know who this little girl is. Maybe I should, but she's cute. Very cute.
This is you.
Nope, that's Deanna.
Oh.
There's Rich again, batting a ball around with a badminton racket. Like the other kids are
Didn't
too.
they have shuttlecocks in those days?
I'm sure they did, but
yeah, the lawn chairs haven't changed at all.
No, same technology.
Yeah. The cars sure have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi, Rich.
Hey.
So obviously we're headed off somewhere here. Mom and Aunt June and Debbie waving. I think I'm sitting in there. And this was a parade, Memorial Day or 4th of July, I'm not sure. I think maybe Memorial Day, but probably wrong about that. Probably 4th of July. And I remember Mom and Dad talking about how this was a good old-fashioned small town parade, which was something that we never really experienced before. Everybody marching by, and I love the old-fashioned baton twirlers. This is what went at the front of a parade when I was young, was the baton twirlers. Probably the high school band. Pretty good-sized band for such a small town.
We should play band music here.
Yeah. And here come the Bluebirds, and that little girl there, I think her name is Kimmy. I think she was June's daughter. But Dad'll have to give me the real scoop there. Lots of bluebirds going by. I was actually a bluebird myself before we moved to Alabama. Here we are back in the garage again. Don't know who that guy is. There's Aunt Gusty sitting and Aunt Martha next to her, and Dad back there.
So those are two of Nana's sisters?
Two of Nana's sisters. She also had her sister Irene, who was the youngest. She was quite a bit younger than everyone else. I have no idea where I was all this time. Bunny ears behind the bouffant hairdo.
Your dad trying to hide behind one.
Yeah, but he was doing bunny ears there. Yeah. And now he's going to do it again.
Boy, the lady to the right does look a lot like Nana. She disappeared, but
oh, Aunt Gusty or Aunt Martha. Aunt Martha there.
Martha.
Yeah.
She had a lot of similarities.
Of family resemblance there. Yeah.
Someone's got to tell these kids that bunny ears need to go behind the person, not between them and the camera.
Yes. So we did a lot of outdoor stuff. People did more outdoor things back then, picnics and playing games and stuff.
So
didn't spend so much time indoors.
Equestrian apparel. No, it's
apparel.
It's
right.
Horseshoes. That's it.
Yes, horseshoes.
Yeah, we all play video games now. We don't know what these things are.
Rich in the striped shirt. But Everybody else is too distant. Can't really. I would expect Dad's out there, but I can't really. That might be Dad bending over there. No, that's not Dad. So here we have a volleyball game going on. Mom lettered in volleyball in high school. So I notice here coming up here, she tries a maneuver that takes her team by surprise.
It's called passing the ball.
It's called passing the ball to the back so that you can get better control over it. But her team behind her was like, what? You're supposed to hit the ball forward. So both in California and here again in Ohio, we just had these kind of gatherings. It seems like when I was growing up, there were always lots and lots of cousins around and big family dues. At least the California branch has gotten a lot smaller now. Well, there are all us kids, but got them. And here I think we're getting ready to leave, it looks like. Yep, Mom's got her purse.
Is that you waving?
No, that's Deanna.
Oh.
I'm like 11 years old at this point.
Your mom kissed another guy.
I don't know who he is. There's me. Getting into the good old Pontiac station wagon that we traveled across from California in.
Wow, all 6 of you, right?
4. Well, 6 with the parents, yeah.
Alabama.
Oops.
So this was a shot that your dad did for your mom to show her the neighborhood, right?
I think so. He took a lot of video of what Alabama looked like and brought it back to California to show Mom, what we were moving to. And this could be one of our neighborhoods, but I think it's not. I think it's just kind of general, here's what it's like type stuff. We first lived in Madison, which, by the way, that Ohio trip all came in the middle of our stay in Alabama, I think.
Yeah, there's not a lot of footage in Alabama, is there?
No, not very much.
And how many houses? 2?
We lived in 3 houses there. A gray brick rental house in Madison, and then a red brick rental house on Charlotte Drive in Huntsville. And then my parents bought a house on Cahaba Drive in Huntsville, which is the same neighborhood that Dean and Tracy eventually ended up buying a house in. It did amaze me as a California kid to see these huge, huge spaces between the houses. It was fantastic. I loved it.
No fences.
No fences, and we kids just, boy, we ranged up and down the neighborhood through everybody's backyards, whether they liked it or not. We had a blast. I remember running around with flashlights into the evening, chasing and chasing and chasing each other.
Free-range kids.
Free-range kids, yeah, which is a theory these days.
Mm. Well, you turned out okay.
Yeah, I survived it. I think that's everybody's fear, is that their kids will be harmed somehow.
So it looks like somebody else is shooting this video.
Maybe, or
film.
Maybe he's holding it out here, out far to the right.
Wow, very good.
But yeah, he had a coworker who was there too, who might have been riding with him and shooting. Old cars.
Love the truck.
Love the truck. This is all shot at the Cahaba house, which was the house Mom and Dad actually bought in Huntsville. And interestingly, Dean and Tracy eventually ended up buying a house in this same neighborhood, even though Dean never lived here as a child because he wasn't born yet. This is the driveway, and then the back walkway behind the house. That was the room where we watched TV. That was downstairs, tri-level, I think the house was, and that window was the bedroom that Debbie and I shared. The swing set, I don't even remember. I guess I was beyond swing set years at that point.
And this is at the front of that driveway, right?
Yeah, this is standing at the end of the driveway, looking at the houses across the street. And I remember we played with some girl that lived there, and they had a crabapple tree, which I thought was beautiful. Don't really remember the neighbors down the way there, except there was a boy that I walked to the bus with, I think. And I remember him trying to tell me a really silly, slightly dirty joke, like boys of that age would, but it was something about chickens wearing rubbers. And I was when an egg was infertile, and the farmer asked, "Okay, who's wearing a rubber?"